Hey, it's Joy. I've got big feelings about little things, and I want to talk about it. Oh yeah, I'm mad about it. And the fact that everyone else is not up in arms about it is a big part of the problem. Oh, I bawled my eyes out, like I always do. It was the sweetest thing. Oh, it was the cutest thing. It was the funniest thing. Thanks for being here. Let's go. Hi, I am so glad you're here. Thank you so much for joining me. My name's Joy. I'm glad to talk to you about the little things that are really big in my life and give me really big emotions. I feel like I need to be honest with you that this week I'm sort of coming from a place where probably 3 times already this week, I've said, this thing right here, this thing is what's going to send me over the edge. So I think I'm walking a little close to the edge as it is. And if that little thing is going to push me over, then that little straw on the camel's back, you might just want to know that's kind of where we're at today. We meaning me, but you and I together, since we're here together. And it's true, little things do give me big emotions, and I'm a very passionate person. And sometimes my expectations of how life is going to work and how things are going to go and how things are going to have decided that we're going to do things should go a certain way. And when they don't, I get very frustrated. And there was one brewing for probably a month or two, a low-lying, just a little guttural kind of like, this is kind of irritating me. And then at work, somebody said, hey, do you have a phone charger? And I was like, yeah, here's a phone charger for you. Uh, oh, I have a wrong phone. And I just lost it. I lost it at the state of our lives, the state of the United States, the state of technology, the state of cords, because I got a new phone that couple months ago. And guess what? Even though I bought the same exact phone from the same exact company with the same exact carrier, not that the carrier has anything to do with it, but my point is I literally just did a direct upgrade. It's a different cord that now is supported by these phones. And the cord that I got before on the phone before this, which was the same thing, a direct upgrade of the same brand of the same phone from the same carrier and the same company, same designers, had a different cord than the cord before. And part of me is an adult that's lived in the world for a while, and I kind of know, they're going to change stuff so that you got to keep buying accessories. Okay, I get it. We all got to make our money, and we all got to do our thing, and we all got to keep the manufacturing business alive. Okay, I get it a little bit. Or, hey, you know what? That was the best intention, but we have better technology now. So now we're doing this. This is a faster this transmits whatever higher quality video somewhere, something. Okay, I get that upgrades have happened. But this third different type of cord on the third different type of the exact same type of phone just absolutely sent me. And the fact that we have the same phone, yet we can't use the same charger because they're 2 numbers apart, sent me. And what also drove me crazy about having to get a new phone cord, besides that you have to replace the one in your car and you have to replace the one in your work backpack. So if you need something at work, you have to replace the one in your suitcase. But guess what? I can't just replace them all because my iPad still has the old charger, and so do my AirPods. So what am I supposed to do? You want me to buy everything new? Yes, I know you want me to buy everything new. So now, not only do I have to buy new cords, I have to keep the old ones too. So one is for this, one is for that, and this one's long, and this one's short, and this one goes in the car, and this one's that. And I also have one of those little flat things that you kind of put your stuff on, and only half my stuff works on it now. By the next upgrade, I'll be close to not being able to use that anymore. So I'll have to get a whole nother separate third-party charger. And it's pushing me to the edge because it's one of those things that you don't think about when you buy a phone. You consider, am I going to buy it outright? Am I going to pay the monthly fee? Am I going to do a kind of thing where I get insurance, or am I going to? You have to work at all that stuff. But you're not really thinking through, okay, well, I also have to get every single accessory. Do my blocks even work? Probably not. Half of them don't. And producer James told me very confidently. I mean, he's good at that kind of thing. He'll tell you something confidently. He says confidently that the new plug that I have is the direction that the entire industry is going to. That's where we're headed. It's a USB-C, I think. So it used to be just USB was one thing. And I'm more than happy to be vulnerable with my lack of knowledge here. This is not my thing. Trust me, if my life were different, I would have a full-time literal producer, editor, set all this stuff up, press the record button for me, and I would come in and be like, hi guys, it's me. Here's what we're talking about today, and then walk away and never know, did that thing get posted? I won't know till somebody texts me about it. That would be my dream. Someone has all these cords and stuff in the Amazon box or in the Amazon account, and my card's attached to it, and we pay for it and we're done, and it just shows up and they plug it in and they do all the things. That would be my dream. The things I complain about most at work is when I have to do technical stuff like this. I'm like, I'm a nurse. This is not for, you didn't hire me for this. Turn it off and turn it back on. That's what I've got. If that fixes it, great. If not, I'm going to tell you I've already done it. Please show up and fix. This is not for me. So when I say what I think, what I'm picking up as I go along is the USB, what I know as a USB, because they've kind of updated stuff. That now, what I think of as a USB is now a USB-A. I don't know what a USB-B is, if there is one. A USB-C is the new thing that I have that theoretically is the new industry standard. And let me tell you something, it better be. It better be. Like, did a bunch of people sit around and have a meeting? Do the big head honchos of the technology world like get together? Or do they just like watch what the other one's doing and either try to follow it or try to outdo them? Or do they literally like look at each other and be like, y'all, I don't know, this USB-C thing is kind of like the way to go. Like, what do y'all think? Oh yeah, us too. Okay, everybody vote. I second. Okay, we'll move that way. Like, that's what producer James is kind of saying. He's saying like they agree, and don't worry. The more this kind of stuff that you get is fine. It's going this way. But is that the way it goes? Are there a lot of these types of meetings among different areas of the world? Because number one, that would be fascinating, and number two, I would love to get invited to one of those meetings. I'd love to sit down at that table. Let's sit down and discuss it. Let's sit down and say, okay, you know what? I represent the people. And I will say, you can change it to whatever you need to change it to, but do some kind of buyback program. Okay? Oh, like even if you set up in a PetSmart parking lot one day and take my old cords back and you hand me $50 or whatever, and we'll call it even. Or give me a gift card toward my new phone or my new whatever. Do something. Do something besides sitting back in your ivory tower laughing about the fact that I have 400 cords everywhere, yet still not the exact one that I need. And that when I bought the kind of wrongish one, I was too beat up emotionally. Maybe I should say, I was just too worn out. I was too worn out to start a refund with Amazon. So you keep your $8 and I'll keep your cord for whatever reason. And it'll be there with my cord to my digital camera, which is probably still somewhere. That's that little, it's like a rectangle, but it's almost like a trapezoid. Is a trapezoid the thing that's like a pyramid, but it's cut off, so it's like flat, but it would be a triangle. That's what I feel like is the digital camera plug. And then there's a plug from that to my computer, which what could you even use that for these days? I'm not kidding. There's cords everywhere, blocks everywhere. This whole thing, this whole of these and these and these, and what is this and what's this tiny thing? What are we doing? But I think where the big emotion comes in, besides that is kind of frustrating, the big emotion comes in because it feels like I'm going to speak just for myself. I'm not actually at the table speaking for all people. If you nominate me to do that, I will do it, and I will do it to the best of my ability. But for right now, I'll only speak for myself. What it brings up in me is realizing I have no say. I have no say in this. I am at the mercy of these women and these men that run these big companies. I'm at their mercy. If they want to, on a whim, make their random phone or their random thing with a random plug that no one's even heard of, and I have to go buy it and I have to buy 4 for all my setups, that's my life. That's life. Sorry, that's it. That's what you get for not being in charge. That's what you get for not being at the table. And I would be at the table, but I'm not invited to that. And to be honest, do they want me at the table when I don't even know if there's such thing as a USB-B or not? Of course not. But can't we have a little, like, can the little guy just say, like, can you stop doing this to us a little bit? A little bit? Like, this would be a circumstance in which I would want the opportunity, much like a Supreme Court justice, and I do think this is the same, much like a Supreme Court justice, to dissent. Okay, I had my say in the discussion at the table. We all voted. I lost, but that's not the end of it. I get to, on the record, say, I disagree with this, and here's why. I do not like this. This is not correct. This is not how it should be. And it's on the official record. Anybody gets to read it that they want to. It's in the archives now. It's not like I was just over here like, man, that was dumb. I don't think that's what we should have done. They get to write it in their own words. They get to dissent. Ginsburg used to wear the dissent collar. I dissent. This is official. I disagree with this. I dissent about this. I'm not okay. And there's probably like 10 other things that are similar, but I don't even have enough of a seat at the table to say, I don't like that. That's not for me. Please, you're killing us over here. And okay. A little thought in my brain though, is that why people are so verbal online? Do they feel like that's their way of dissenting or expressing themselves or getting their? Maybe, because that is something we have now. Now, am I going to get on Facebook and do a rant about cords? Well, I'm doing it on a podcast, so who knows what I would do. But that did give me kind of a little bit of compassion. But please, guys, when these dissents are being written, we're talking about perfect grammar, perfectly thought out, perfectly supported, well supported ideas. We're not just ranting with horrible spelling and no punctuation. If that's what you're trying to do is get your thoughts, your stuff out there, keep that part in mind. But maybe that is what we're doing. Okay. But I would like an official record. For sure. When I was a kid, there was a lot of talk about my official record. And I think they meant like school record, but it felt like when that was being discussed when I was a kid, this is going to be on your permanent record is what they used to call it. Be like, this is going to be on your permanent record. As if there literally was, because back then, this is all my little brain could, all any of us could really comprehend, except whoever was inventing the internet at that time. But it's like you pictured this file folder with your name on it, probably your social security number, and they're in the government. And it was like, she was late to school this day. She had really bad attendance record this year. She did this. She pushed this kid on this thing. And she, it was like, that was anytime we went to get a job, get married, whatever, do it, whatever. Apply for a hunting license. It's like, let me see. Are you responsible enough? Can you get a driver's license? I don't know. Had a lot of tardies in the 4th grade. And I mean, there's really nothing we can do. It's a permanent record. It's permanent. And man, those parents in the 80s really kind of held that over us a little. I mean, I hope I'm not the only one. It was, my parents didn't make it up. I saw it. I mean, I saw it on TV. All that's your permanent record. Oh, I wish I could go back in time and be like, there is no record. And also everything's on the record. Everything we do and say these days is like on some video camera somewhere. So it's like, there's either no record or everything's a record. Honestly, this probably seems crazy, but I do feel better. Thank you very much for letting me get that out. So unless I don't pay my fee at, Apple Podcasts, this is now on the official record. So all I need to do is buy a dissent collar or buy a dissent outfit or hat. Maybe I'll do a hat and I'll work on that and we'll go from there. Okay. Thank you. This is what we're here for. I feel so much better. I hope you do too. Have a great week.
Thanks for listening to Little Things, Big Feelings with Joy Delaney. I'm James, the producer, editor, director, and executive producer. Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Honestly, forget TikTok. I don't even know how to use it anyway.
You don't know how to use it anyway.
James.
Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram and Facebook. See you next week.